Hello everyone, my name is Tristan. I am the DM for the Dice is a Mimic podcast. Before our first episode begins, there's two things I want to cover. First off, this whole campaign is 100% homebrewed, all from my own mind. You won't find it written anywhere. With that, of course, I still use ruling, spells, item costs, and monsters, all from external resources, such as, guides, Wizards of the Coast things, wiki, whatever I can find, I'll bring them in and kind of spice them up a little bit for this world. The other thing I want to mention is that there is no real end to this campaign. It's just gonna have a lot of fun with my players and see where they go with it. They can make almost their own decisions about what they want to do. If they don't want to take a quest, they don't have to, and that might lead us to something else. So the world is open for them to do what they choose to do. Other than that, I'm going to give you some context in the world that my players are in, so you feel a lot more entranced in the story. So we're following my players in the city of Aramora. It's full of wonder, there's a bunch of advancing technologies, and most of all, it's a harmony between species of the realm that you typically don't see there. So you can see what would normally be evil, such as drow, being and living in the city with everyone else in peace. Aramora is located in such a place that there is actually a river that runs through the west side of it. It's known as the Taro River. Underneath the great city is the Underdark, also known as the bottom side, while everyone on the other side is called the top side. And even down there we have people and creatures that want to live in peace with the top side. The city was created by 4 great wizards known as the Great Aramorian Wizards. And since then, the city has grown, expanding with agriculture, technologies, research in animals, there's a court system in place, there's a banking system, and most of all, it's controlled by 5 nobles, and the city is divided into 5 sectors controlled by these nobles. So let me give you some input into these sectors. So dead center of the city is Sector 1, known as the Heart. Here in the Heart is an open-air market. You got bars, restaurants, businesses, and housing. Here you'll find most of the activity of the city and most races blending together right down there. You also can find the casino and the hospital, and this sector is controlled by a gnome known as Noble Arcus Fumbletooth. Just above Sector 1 sits Sector 2, also known as the Brain. Here you can find higher paid living, as well as the Knight's Training Facility, the prison, the Aramorian College, the courthouse, the Aramorian Orphanage, Public Training Center, and the Airship Docking Station. The Aramorian College contains the public library, as well as the Research Center for Great Amorian Wizards. This sector is controlled and watched over by a dragonborn known as Noble Smoothmaw. Also has a nickname as Teeth. Surrounding Sector 1 and 2 is Sector 3, which is also known as the Hands. Here we have our animal farms and crop farms, and it's mostly land for agriculture. However, there's a few homes and barns here and there. Advancements in agricultural technologies have been conducted mostly here, and all food products are grown here for specifically Aramora. This sector is controlled and watched over by a treant known as Noble Bearpine. Sector 4, also known as the Hidden, is the bottom side of the Aramorian city. That's the Underdark. Here, players can find strange cities of glowing fungus, as well as strange creatures they typically don't see on the top side. In addition, the Underdark is heavily responsible for the earth resources that is used by the Aramorian people. The Underdark is still, of course, considered a dangerous place, and there have been a few accidents that have happened since the Underdark has combined with the top side. However, it is still nonetheless part of the Aramorian city. This sector is controlled and watched over by a drow named Noble Alera Tuin. Then there is Sector 5, also known as the Blood. This is where the land of Aramora meets the river Taro. The walls that surround the city go a whole way up until it hits the river, and this river is mainly controlled by merfolk and whatever other water races can live there. The races that do live here are responsible for incoming and outgoing ships. Here also is where you can find the naval advancements and research, and if you were to follow the river downstream long enough, you'll eventually go into the ocean, in which lies the city of Taro. This sector is controlled and watched over by a merfolk known as Noble Nata Irol. Other than the 5 sectors of the city, there's not much else except for what's outside of the walls of the city. If you go over the Taro River towards the west, you'll actually run into a forest known as Chutra. Being that it's over a river, research hasn't been done too much into it. However, a lot of investigations and rumors have been going around where there might be a connection between the material plane and the Feywild. Southeast of the city sits the forest known as Canis Forest. Adventuring groups and investigations of the Canis Forest have revealed that the forest often tends to be a common outpost or meeting point for gnoll packs. To the north-northeast of Aramora sits Ananis Forest. Investigations of this forest reveals that it is mainly inhabited by plant and wildlife with no real signs of high-intelligence species. To the east of Aramora sits a smaller forest known as Ash Forest. This forest, after many investigations, has reported the remains of an old town that was burned down, and the nature itself has taken it back. Adventurers and other travelers have reported incidences where they could smell fire and see hot ash falling from the trees. South of the Aramorian city sits the Dark Forest. Investigations reported a sealed entrance to the Underdark, and species of plant life that have seemed to hybrid relationships with the Underdark fungal life. Far northeast sits a great long canyon called the Dragon's Tear. The Dragon's Tear has yet to be fully investigated, but initial reports have come into informing of strange creatures emerging from the depths of the canyon. Also, people of Aramora like to create rumors and stories, and many believe that the canyon was created by two angry gods who fought one another, and at one point one of the gods were thrown into the earth so deep that it created the canyon. It also rumors that if you follow the caves of the canyon, you will find the god itself buried and dead. Finally, directly north of the city sits the Banished Mountains. In the mountain lies creatures and beings that are mainly unseen and seek destruction of the Aramorian people and technically the whole earth itself. Reports have come informing that late at night, experiments and screaming can be heard from the mountains. It is also reported that strange lights and creatures can also be seen. A report came in a long while ago while the city was being first built that a large portal opened up above the mountains momentarily. The Banished Mountains have yet to be fully investigated and is considered deemed dangerous. I hope that gives some context to all of you listeners to understand where my players are having their adventures and you understand where we're at. Other than that, that's it. So let the first episode begin. I hope you enjoy it. Please be advised, this podcast contains topics and languages that may be sensitive to some listeners. Listen at your own risk.
So I'm Tristan. I'm going to be your DM for this campaign that isn't a long series campaign. It's going to be just multiple different stories and quests that are all located in the same central area known as a city called Aramora. But we're going to go around this table and introduce your name, your character, and your class. You don't have to introduce anything else unless you want to. So starting on my left is...
I am Devin Miller. Full name, we'll go with it. And I'll be playing Graviel Lockhart. He is a human fighter, and that's all you really need to know.
I'm Bean. I'm going to be playing Nakora, a half-elf rogue with a arcane trickster, level 3.
Alright, and I'm Ian. I'm going to be playing Byron Glenn, a human wizard, and under the Order of Scribes.
Okay. Aramora City is full of wonderment and technologies, and harmony between many species of the realm. Typically, you would have your humans and elves living together. Here, we have the Underdark, we have a river full of merfolk, and goblins, ogres, all living in this one giant city. Everyone gets a chance to experience life without being hunted down. You can imagine this, you're entering through the front, just all of you, you're entering through the front like a bird, flying over the front entrance. You see knights kind of checking people as they're coming through. You fly, and you see a bunch of farms and a giant tree, and looks like he's planting something. And you keep flying, and as you do that, you go into the heart, where all the merchants and all the marketplaces are, and where all the taverns are. But the bird comes down and lands on the roof of the Whistle Tavern. A tavern that's pretty much dead center and is very popular with almost everyone and doesn't seem to have any problems. The tavern is not only a place that you can eat, you can actually sleep there. It's about like a modest type of living, nothing super spectacular. So if you're low on income, you can go there. But we enter in, we see a dark black metal dragonborn who's behind the counter. He's wearing armor, which is kind of funny for a dragonborn because they are basically armor essentially. But he seems to be a little older. You can see that his black scales, as it gets to the ends of his body, turn into more of like a steel kind of silvery color. As most Dragonborn, he seems stern, but once you start getting to talk to him, he's very friendly. Everyone knows this. But we see him cleaning some of his plates and his cups. It's around like 2-ish probably. And as we look at the bar, he looks up and he looks down the bar and he sees a man that's kind of laying there. He's not really moving too much. He is alive, last time we checked. But who is laying there? Give me a description of what this person looks like.
Alright, well, laying there, very disgraced. Dirt on his face. Clothes tattered. A more perceptive one would notice the clothes are way too nice to be tattered. To the way that they are. Is Graviel Lockhart, a very disheveled man, just picture bad Mickelson, but just very scruffy and dirty. He's just laying there after probably a couple drinks.
A couple of drinks, indeed. There is like about 4 or 5 of these mugs of ale that are empty, of course,
Yeah.
but they're just sitting there. He comes down, he looks at you, and he grabs the cups, and he thinks about waking you up, but he thinks it's better that you stay asleep. But we enter your mind.
Okay.
In this case. We enter your mind, we go deep inside your dream that you're having. And as you're having this dream, you are hearing screaming.
A nightmare, probably.
Yes. It's dark and it's cold, but you hear screaming in the distance. And as you kind of get your senses, you look around to where the screaming is and you see something bright in the darkness. But it's not bright like, oh, there's people. It's bright as there's fire. You look at it and you're horrified. You don't want to go back. Something's wrong about it. So you turn around and you just keep running. You're running through the forest and the screams get quieter and quieter and quieter. You keep running and day shows up. And of course in a dream, time doesn't matter, but day suddenly shows up and you're in a tiny little village. You are like drenched in sweat and dirt. You're covered in a bunch of random sticks and stones, and the people of the village are really concerned and confused on who you are or why you're there. You don't feel welcomed from them, but you don't feel like they hate you either. One of them, in this dream, one of them come up to you, and they look concerned, they go, Are you okay? You look like you've been running for weeks.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Thank you for asking.
Do you need, like, a food or a home?
No, I'll keep going.
Where are you going, stranger?
That way.
That way?
That way.
You're gonna run into an ocean if you keep going that way.
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure you don't need help?
I'm so completely fine right now.
Okay. And they kind of he kind of like backs off of you a little bit. And there's a couple people like looking around the corner of houses, like looking at you, and there's a little kid like pointing at you from a distance.
Shit.
He doesn't say anything, he's just pointing.
I just imagine me standing in the middle of the town.
Yeah, you're kind of in the middle of the town where there's like a well. But everyone's just kind of looking at you because you don't fit the look.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of like low farmer, but what you're wearing is kind of like odd to them. The village feels familiar, and you can't put your finger on why it's familiar. You just keep running to the sea?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. You keep running, and you get to the sea, and as you get there, you see a dock built
Convenient.
there. Yeah, there's a dock, and there seems to be some ships and small boats.
Time to sneak on one.
And I was going to say, you're going to sneak on one?
Absolutely.
Sure, yeah, go ahead and roll.
That will be a 3.
Phenomenal. You think you're sneaking when you do this. You literally just walk right up to the front of the ship and start walking on board. The guy that's running this just goes, Sir?
Official business.
Sir? Oh, okay, sure, yeah, official business. Whatever. Doesn't matter, I don't get paid enough. And he just gets a cart and he goes, Can you at least carry on a crate?
No.
Okay, fine. The other guys walked away from me. I have to do it because they're too drunk to do it. He grabs a barrel and just throws it on. Not even like put it anywhere. He just throws it on. He doesn't seem too perturbed by the fact that you just got on this ship.
Who would be?
Where are you going on this ship?
Wherever it takes me.
Sure. So you kind of go into the bows of the ship, and when you go down there, you see other people that are, farmers and stuff, and they're all packed up. Looks like they're trying to go to a new land, somewhere different.
Pilgrimage.
Yeah, pilgrimage, essentially. But there's also workers there, and they seem like they know what they're doing, and maybe the crates are holding food. You're not entirely sure.
Mm-hmm.
And a few moments later, the ship is off. It just starts moving. You have no clue where you're going.
No idea.
But as you are laying there, they gave you a room, like a hammock, essentially, on a ship.
How nice of them.
On a ship.
Three?
Some of them keep bothering you, and one of them come up to you and he goes, "Hey, I know you entered the ship like later and all. I'm a little confused, but you look familiar."
I can't say you look familiar.
Okay, that's fair, but like, what you're wearing tells me you're more important than just some low level.
No, I'm a nobody.
Well, then
I was never here.
What would you like to call you a nobody? What's your name?
Just call me Lockhart.
Lockhart?
Yes.
He looks down for a second and goes, "I swear I've heard that name before."
No, never. Uncommon name.
Very uncommon name. He goes, "All right. Is there a certain place you need to go? Is there a reason why you jumped onto my ship?"
No reason.
Our
Just
ship,
going.
sorry.
Just traveling, seeing the world, seeing what it has to offer.
All tattered and beat up.
Adventures never go well.
No offense, but the farmer next to you who doesn't have shoes looks like they're in better shape than you.
Well, they clearly weren't adventuring hard enough.
He goes, "Fair enough." Walks off. As time passes, the boat is sailing and it's quiet. No one talks. But what you do hear is something that's like knocking against. It might be the water. It might be something that's just loose. Just every time. And as you hear it, it starts to pick up. And it starts to get louder.
Oh boy.
Like something's like slamming. And the ship starts to like really start rocking. And as you hear this,
Am I still in my hammock? Am I
you're
just...
still in your hand. You're just like. Well, what the weird part is you like kind of like get up, like, okay, clearly something's wrong. No one's there anymore. It's just you and the ship. And as you look around, the ship starts to like crumble and fall apart and like get ripped apart from the shreds of the wind and the water. And this loud knocking gets louder and louder and louder. And suddenly, you wake up.
Oh.
And your friend's right there, the one that owns the bar.
Hey.
And he goes, "You okay?"
Just one of those nights, I'm sure you know.
Yeah, you're sweating on the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a towel.
Okay.
And he goes, "Grab your towel." We're gonna pan away from you. And we're gonna go to you. I think we're the highest.
Yeah.
What a great introduction.
You, we take that bird flight again. That bird got bored. Took a couple shits.
It works on my mind. This is a crazy bird.
It's a sequel, don't worry.
This bird takes off and soars a little bit more north towards the brains of the city where all your nobles kind of stay in the research facility, but a little bit off to the north, off to the left. The bird lands on a little sign, and on that sign it says "Beyond the Walls," and in little text it says "A scholarly place."
That's my place.
And we enter in, the door opens, and we zoom in, and we go past the front desk, and we go into the back room. In this back room is kind of like a nice little desk. It's not like anything spectacular. And you enter in, and we see someone that is familiar, not to you guys, but just familiar to a lot of people in the city. Go ahead and introduce what your character looks like and what you're doing.
You see hunched over this desk, writing something. It's just something in this little journal. Is this average height man, very fair skin, rounded face, with electric blue eyes, and red, straight auburn hair that just falls right below the cheek, parted in the middle, straight. Wearing these very nice blue and white robes, tied in the middle with a golden cord, and he has a blue and white cape draped over his shoulders, and he's very quizzically looking at this journal.
You're looking at something that you wrote. You wrote this. You're just reading it over. You recently just released this to the city. You write stuff for the newspaper, for like the crafts and giggles of stuff. And you know, because of this, you are funded. This organization is funded by the government. It's not like a government owned or anything, but they fund you to do this stuff.
Pays the bills.
Yeah, and recently you just finished up this documentation on, oddly enough, gargoyles. You just finished this writing, and you released it, and you're reading it over, and you're kind of like nervous, like, man, did I do this right? Is this enough information? Do people actually give a crap about gargoyles at this point? And now, this is a world of magic. We don't have technology to the extent that we have it here, but there is a form of technology in terms of magic, and you are able to see how many newspapers are being bought through this system. Now, this is because of a good friend of yours, which we'll get into a little later, but he gave you this, which you shouldn't have. But it's like a little crystal, and on that crystal, you can see how many newspapers are selling. And you can see from the last 2 days, which yours wasn't written yet, now that it's written and posted, they're selling quickly. So that is confirming to you that people are interested in what you have to say about this. As you're kind of like, you know, you're not really sweating anymore in fear that it's like, oh man, this is not going to go well. Because this is how you get paid, man. This is essential.
This is my job.
It's your friend. It's Carmine, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So as you're sitting there, from behind your door flies open, and she goes, "Are you seeing this?" She also has one as well. She shouldn't have one. But she goes, "Are you seeing this? Look at the amount. Look at the amount of people." What are you so nervous about?
You can't do that to me.
Do what?
Carmine, you scared the... Oh, man. Yes, I've seen it, Carmine, and I'm so glad that people are finally noticing my work and talent, but please don't do that again.
She goes, "Glad? You should be excited. This is crazy stuff. We don't see this stuff. You get to go see the world, and people don't know that. That's why they read this. Why are you... You're always afraid that people aren't going to read it because people don't care. People just want to live in the city. But everyone wants to go on an adventure."
No, Carmine. It's much more than just exploring out and seeing things. It's witnessing the beauty of nature and just trying to capture that. It's a lot, Carmine, and I don't know. It was this time. I had to get up close and personal with one of these gargoyles, and it didn't go very well, to be honest. But I made it back, and I'm just glad it's out.
She goes, "Well, I'm proud of you. I think you did a great job. I mean, it's so much more interesting than what I do. I just do research on, like, religion. Who cares?"
That's very important, Carmine.
"Oh yeah, it's really important. Is that why we have a church that's literally for every religion? We don't have like a one specific religion in the city."
Alright, fair point.
Look, let me put it this way. You gotta be more confident. If I put down yours about gargoyles and I put mine that says the water god, who's gonna read? What does that even mean? What's a water god? It comes from the sky.
I personally like reading about the water god when you wrote.
Don't
When
lie.
you wrote it, I was very fascinated by it.
It took you 3 days to read it.
It was very busy. It was a very hectic week. Cut me some slack.
Okay. Well, you should be more proud about yourself, and I bet you'll be paid greatly for it.
Would be nice.
Yeah, now that you, like, finished that took you way too long, honestly. She's just being mean, just for fun. You only completed it in a few weeks, maybe like 3 weeks, honestly. You were fortunate enough that you got word there was gargoyles outside the city, so you were able to kind of like book it out there.
I was very grateful for that.
You were accompanied by knights and all.
Yes.
Like, you don't really do this by yourself. That's not kind of what you're made for. She goes, "Now that you did that, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna research next?"
I don't know. maybe I'll wait for the next big tip. Maybe I go out and try to find another tree and interview that noble again.
Bearpine? The noble of Sector 3?
Oh, yes.
Haven't you talked to him a lot lately?
It's been difficult.
Okay.
You know, ever since Bjorn, it's been one of my favorites to research.
Yeah, you do mention, yeah. But I wouldn't get fixated on that, because you're going to do great, and you did great. And when she says that, you hear the door open again, and in walks a Aarakocra that is a older, kind of starting to gray ostrich. He walks in, and this is your rival, Welton Fairwood. He comes in. He's also, by the way, not from your school. He came from a different school, which I think is called Russelstone.
Russelstone.
That's what I named
Yep.
it. And he goes, you know, there's multiple ways you can spell gargoyle, and one of them is a misspelling. You didn't add the E to the end of it. I would just like to inform you that you missed that one.
Hello to you too, Welton. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing phenomenal knowing that your newspaper is getting bought by everyone. He's being extremely sarcastic. He does not pump out the same rate that you do.
Well, thank you, Welton. I very much appreciate that.
I would recommend maybe handing it to me next time for spelling errors. Now, I do trust Carmine to be able to read, but I was here for a little while longer than both of you.
I understand that, Welton. You remind me of that quite often.
Well, I just need to make sure you're aware of it all the time. And he goes, now that you're retiring, moving on from your current researches, I am curious, are you just going to sit in this office like you typically do until someone else comes up to you?
Maybe I will, Welton. Maybe I won't. What does it do?
Well, I have placements to see how long it will take you with the other people in the building. And he walks out. And he goes, 5 gold pieces.
I can't with him.
And Carmine goes, just don't listen to him. He's just a bird. What do birds do? He can't even fly. He can't fly.
Sometimes I wish you would right into the sun.
Right when you say that,
Speaking of flying directly into the sun, we're probably got seagull again.
we go up to the bird, which is no longer a normal bird. It is a seagull. We go up to the bird. The bird takes off. This time the bird kind of flies a little northeast, right? Yeah, northeast. More east than north. But we fly over there, and we fly over... So we fly over a public relations building, and right behind there, we see a little house, a little quaint little home, and the bird lands on the home, and is immediately, rudely kind of thrown off the house with a and it flies off. We immediately enter the home through a window, and we look in, and we see 2 raccoons fighting one another inside this home. One seems to be wearing an eye patch, and the other one seems to be wearing like a strap-on set of like glasses, which are clearly not glasses whatsoever. But they are going at it, and behind their fight, we see, I guess, kind of like the mother of these two.
Nakora.
Give me an explanation of what you look like and what's going on. Why are they fighting?
I am a short-ish, medium height, half-elf with raccoons printed hair. Like, my hair is the color of a raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
White streaks and gray and all that fun stuff. And I'm watching the raccoons like a very disappointed mother. Today is breakfast day, which means I made breakfast for the raccoons, and I gave Rex more eggs than Jerry. And apparently this means that they need to fight.
So these two are absolutely going at it. To the outside world, people are going past this house and they're going, what the fuck fuck's happening in the house? They don't enter the house. It's not their house, but they're concerned. In your instance, what you're hearing is a bunch of clicks and chirps. However, it translates kind of vaguely into words, but more like a feeling kind of thing, but words. And you can kind of hear Rex, the one with the eye patch, just yelling about how he did not get more food, while Jerry is insisting he got 3 pounds of food. They don't understand measurements for the life of them, but they are yelling this repeatedly back and forth as they're just tearing at each other. Is there anything that you do regarding this?
I'm gonna stand up and be like, alright, okay, alright. I'm gonna grab Jerry by the scruff and Rex by the scruff. I'm gonna tear them apart. I'm gonna go into the kitchen. I'm gonna put Jerry in his high chair and seatbelt him in, and Rex in his, seatbelt him in. And I'm like, you guys are in timeout until you can figure out how measurements work.
Your pocket on your front shirt, you hear, am I on timeout?
No, Salad, you're fine.
And as we pan in, she opens up that shirt pocket. Inside is the world's tiniest little raccoon. Like, tiny. Not like firstborn. It's fully, like, fledged, like, out, but it's just tiny. It's just this tiny little guy. He's like a little guy. So that means the pocket's kind of big, but it fits. They're sitting there, and they're both grouchily sitting there. Jerry is a lot more grouchy sitting there. Rex just seems annoyed by the situation.
What if I give each of you a treat? Would that make things better?
Jerry goes 2 treats.
Jerry, you're getting pudgy.
6 treats.
Jerry.
He doesn't quite understand numbers still.
Okay, I'll see what I can do, buddy. And I'm gonna take 3 strawberries out. And
Ooh.
I'm gonna take one of them and I'm gonna cut it into 6 pieces.
Phenomenal. He has no idea. You put it down, he just scarfs it down, and I assume you give some to Rex as well.
I give some to Rex, and then I take the tiniest strawberry and I drop it in my pocket for salad.
Cool. They're a little more content now. There's no more angry kind of feeling in the room. Yeah, this is normal for you to have these raccoons in your house, to understand them. You've been kind of in the city forever, and in this time you've kind of made friends with the wildlife. Mainly raccoons, but who cares, right? Other than that, you've been visiting your aunt who owns Rogi's Pierogies. It's a restaurant. It's a giant ship, which you technically are both aware of. You may have never entered, but Byron knows.
I might have ventured in there once or twice.
It's just a pierogi place. It's kind of cool. But that's your aunt. You've been with her. You talk to her every so often. You get stuff going on. She kind of was the reason why you've been kind of excited to kind of like try new things and experience stuff other than being in the city and working in the city all the time. Now, of course, you do stay within the city, but you're doing things that you're not going to a shop and selling items. You are doing something else a little more scandalous, I guess is the best way to put it. Is there anything else that's happening in this evening? It's again like 2-ish, like I said for him. I don't know why you're making breakfast at 2, but that's okay. It happens, man. Yeah, it happens.
Raccoon lifestyle.
Raccoon lifestyle.
These days, whatever day it is, today we're sleeping in.
Pan out and we kind of glide over the city, and it's moving around. There's tons of people in this city, hundreds and hundreds of people. The markets are open. There's people selling and buying things. The city has never been really attacked before by anyone. There's small, like I said, gnolls that probably attack the outside, but no problems there. There's knights everywhere. People are obeying the laws. There's a few bad people, of course. That comes with any city. But we're gonna zoom back into you, Devin.
Okay.
And this has been wiped up now. Your mugs have been removed. You're not really intoxicated anymore.
Okay.
You were not drunk. You were. That's why you passed out.
Yeah.
But you're kind of up. You feel groggy as hell though, because hangovers are great.
Yeah.
Your friend there, Theron, he goes, oh, all right, so it's like, he looks at the clock, which there is clocks.
Yeah.
And he goes, look, it's like 2 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ask you this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What's your plans for the rest of the day? Are you just going to be sitting here on the side of my bar, drinking still? Because unfortunately, as long as you're paying me, I will keep giving you alcohol. But I don't want to see you keep doing that. Because that's not good for you.
We've had this talk plenty of times. I'm working on it.
But you said that. I'm not going to be that guy, but you've been here for 2 years, 3 years? Not specifically
it's
this room.
Long process.
Okay, what is it that you need to kind of go get him, you know? You need like a push? I can push you off the chair. I can pick you up and put you outside.
That might sober me up a little bit. Let's try that.
You want me to pick you up and throw you outside?
Yes.
He looks at you for a second, he goes, alright, fine. And he comes over to you. He picks you up, no problem. Like, there is nothing wrong with it. He, like, I imagine he picks you up like a bridal kind of carry, and he takes you outside, and he plops you down.
No,
and
that wasn't a proper throw.
He looks at you, he goes, I'm not throwing you. And he goes, look at the sun, get vitamin something. I'm not sure what comes from the sun. He goes, out here 2 minutes, and then you can come back in.
You're not my mother.
Fine, you can come back in if you want to, but I'm not selling you a drink for a little while.
I'll just go somewhere else, that's fine.
A lot of other places don't really like you because of the fact that you're just kind of groggy and angry when you get drunk a little bit, but he just cares about you.
Yeah.
And he goes, I can't have you sitting out here. It makes my business look bad. A kid comes by and goes,
what.
A kid comes by and goes, Mom, why is he sitting on the floor? And she goes, don't look at him.
You find me a job that's dangerous. Something that gets my blood going.
Other than alcohol.
Well, not. We can think about it. But get me something that really gets me going. Yeah? If you find it, I might do it.
If you're implying that I get you speed, like the drug, speed is a drug here. Speed? I'm not doing that?
No, not that.
Oh, okay. I thought that's where you were going.
I'm a drunkard.
I'm sorry, I kind of drunk all the time. How am I supposed to know what you do?
You see me every day.
Unfortunately, sometimes I wish you weren't in the building because it'd be better for you.
You love my business.
Oh my gosh. He picks you up again. And he puts you back on the chair. And he goes, ugh. And someone comes up and they order something. He gives it to him. And another person walks up, and it's a knight. And the knight comes up and he looks at you and goes, because he knows who you are. You're always there. He goes, he slides the paper over to Peyron. Peyron grabs it and he goes, alrighty. And he pulls the other, there's another one underneath that, and he goes, alright, yeah, I can post them on the board. Is anyone going after these yet? And the knight goes, as far as I'm aware of, I think one has followed the second one, but the other one has yet to be posted. And he goes, fair enough.
What you got there?
And he goes, he comes out, and beside you is like a bulletin board, and there's a bunch of papers on it. You don't often read it because you're too drunk to read it half the time. It's all blurry. This time you can kind of read it now, but he puts it up there, and he goes, it's, I offer adventurous opportunities to adventurers that are interested. People that aren't knights, and the people that are trying to look for something new to protect a city without having to be under the government. But
sounds perfect, I'll take it.
What? You can't... Look, I understand you're looking for something new, but you
I'll
can't...
take it.
Okay. I don't think he grabs the one that he just put up and he goes, I don't think you want to go out in your current condition to fight a green dragon.
You don't know what I'm capable of.
I think you're capable of falling on your ass.
Yeah, real good. They'll never see it coming.
I don't think you'd see the dragon eating your face either.
Well, yeah, that's how things usually go.
Okay. He puts it up and he grabs the other one and he goes, okay. You know what? Look, Graybeard, I'm going to give you this opportunity. You can, in all honesty, you can back out of it, and you can fail.
I'll never back out of a challenge, you know me.
Yes, but you get angry when you start losing. At least when you're drinking, at least. Technicality?
No.
Okay. Look, and he puts it down in front of you, and what you see is an offer for something leaving Aramora at night and going there. It has been reported. No one's ever stopped this thing. No one knows what this thing is. But there's been reports of a big creature coming in Aramora, or being in Aramora, and leaving at night to go out there. And by morning, nothing has been evident that there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something has been entering unknown to the city.
Mm-hmm.
And they want someone to go out there and just kind of like, hey, if it's a gnoll, fucking kill it. If it's, something dangerous, fucking kill it. If it's a guy and he's homeless, help him. Like, don't be a dick.
Sounds easy enough. This will be... What's the paycheck?
He looks at it and he goes, there's no reward yet. That's because it's not gone into public, really. No one really knows too much.
A secret mission.
No, more like just
For the government.
More like a
They'll love
knight.
me.
No, more like a knight doesn't fucking feel like doing it.
They'll love me.
Who, the knight or the government?
All of them.
I don't think
they're
the
all
government.
love me.
Okay. He goes, yeah, sure. If you go do this, you can get whatever you want. If it's an old pack, you can take whatever you want from them. That's your reward.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no reward and you bring back some homeless guy, I bet I could probably talk to one of the adventuring guilds.
Let's just cut out the middleman. Just give me a drink.
You want a drink for your...
Yes. If I find a homeless man, you owe me 2 drinks.
So if you find a homeless man, you get
Yes.
2 drinks.
Yes.
If you find a gnoll and you survive,
Uh-huh.
what's your plan there?
We'll get there when we get there.
Okay, sure. And he gives you the paper and he goes, there is someone else that has been sent out there. That's what he...
Competition.
No,
Let's prove myself.
no. You don't gotta prove yourself. He's probably on your side.
That's what they all want me to think.
Don't kill him.
Oh, okay.
He's don't kill that one specifically. He goes, you know what? I recommend, if I may recommend anything, I recommend that you, instead of drinking tonight,
Uh-huh.
you stop tonight
Uh-huh.
and be near the entrance,
Mm-hmm.
because that's where it's been reported.
Oh, I can read this book. I bought this book. It has sword techniques in it. I've been
Okay.
reading it. It's kind of hard to read.
It's so hard to read.
I'll just do that.
Yeah, there's also random scribbles in it. You don't remember the scribbles. They don't mean anything. They're just there. Your friend
I'll practice these while I
Farron knows it's you. He goes, yeah, I gave you that book. That book.
Did you?
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
that's okay.
I'll practice these.
Yeah, he puts his hand on you, which is fucking massive. And he goes, please don't die. I care about you.
Oh,
and I
you
want
care about me.
I've always cared about you. You
Oh.
think I just carry your ass outside? Do you really think I don't give a shit?
It's hard to tell these days.
Okay, look. Be safe. Wait until nightfall. Don't drink.
Uh-huh.
I don't recommend it.
Uh-huh. So one to go.
I'm not giving you a drink today.
Okay.
Okay? You can have a drink now if you'd like.
Oh, that's what I was
Oh my
saying.
gosh. Pulls away from you. You've agreed to take this job.
Yes.
I'm going to go back to you, Ian. And as you're kind of like sitting there with a little stressed out because of the fact that your good old friend Welton just kind of shot you down a little bit and was kind of a dick to you.
What's new?
Beside your petition is Carmine. That's her spot.
Yeah.
You hear her scribbling away at work.
Yeah.
You kind of are thinking about what Carmine said a little bit, which is the whole, like, what are you going to do next thing? You know? And you made a comment earlier, which is like, yeah, I went to see the gargoyle, but I didn't, like, do shit with it. I was, like, afraid. Like, I had to stand behind the knights who were trying to fucking kill it. While I'm sitting there, like trying to write everything you can. You know, you try to ask questions, but it's not going to answer. It's just going to scream at you. So it's like you got what you got and you ran away. It's like, you're kind of feeling like, what, could I do something more? Is there something else in this world other than, like, scribing everything?
There has to be something more.
Now, you look back at your old friend, Bjorn, who was a giant treant when you were little, and he was filled with fucking adventures and stories, and you realize the only real way of getting that is not by going out and writing about it. It's going to experience it. He's been in fights before. He remember things were kind of ripped out of him. There's parts that were kind of shredded away. These things attacked him. Now that's terrifying to you because you don't want to be attacked, but there is an idea there that you could potentially go experience something new. Carmine goes,
Oh, yes. Carmine, yes.
okay, so I was thinking, You should go on an adventure in between your jobs.
You know, I was thinking that too.
Wait, really?
I was thinking what you... Yes, really, Carmine. I've been taking what you've said to heart a little bit, and... I think an adventure would do me good. Standing behind those knights, not really getting to do what I wanted.
She goes, you are a wizard and you can do magic! I don't have magic. I don't know how it works. Does it come from, like, the heart or something?
It's from my staff and from my
So it's
book,
not from the...
and it's
So if I
something
took
I
away,
have to study.
so if I took away your book and staff, you wouldn't be able to do magic?
I mean...
She goes, oh, I thought it was, like, from the heart or something. It's not from the heart?
Yes, Carmine, it's from the heart.
Woo! she goes, that's exciting. And she goes, okay, so, like, I kind of was hoping you would say that. And she pulls over a paper and she puts it there. And it's the same kind of paper that he just read, which was the whole, there has been something wandering into the city at night and taking things out. Now, you're aware Canis Forest is a little dangerous. Mm-hmm. But you're also aware that someone is planning to go out there. Mm-hmm. So, is it as dangerous now?
Okay, I take the paper from her and I look at it. It's like, scariest creature. In and out.
What if it's a gargoyle? You don't know what to do. You can just go pew.
It's a little more than just going.
Right. It's like reading the book and going whatever the magic word is. Agadababra, right?
Yes, Agadababra.
She has no idea what she's talking about.
Oh, you hit it spot on, Carmine. But honestly, there's already someone going out there, and
that's a perfect reason to go. Because you won't die.
Hopefully. I've been studying some magic recently that might actually help me if I get into a scuffle.
You still study magic?
From time to time, between my entries in the paper, yes.
She goes, so you're gonna go?
You know, Carmine, I think I will.
She goes, I'm so excited for you. She goes, don't worry, I will put a stone mail out for you, so if anyone tries to contact your office, everyone knows you're gone.
I have to let Snug know that I'm heading out. I won't be back at the abode for a bit, but yes.
Yeah, she goes, okay, is there anything else you need me to do? I could do.
No, that's quite alright, Carmine. If the stone mail will be quite enough, thank you.
Okay, and she bounces down and she pulls literally a tablet of stone, and it's magically enchanted. Yeah. But she starts like pecking, and it changes the words on it. Mm. She doesn't understand how it works, but she's able to use it. Mm. So she's like typing it out for you and getting that ready. As you kind of like think about it a little bit more, from behind you, you hear Walton. He goes, "Oh, so you're leaving? You're going to go die? I mean, adventure."
Yes, Walton. I'm finally listening to Carmine and going after it for once instead of waiting for it to fall on my lap.
He goes, I mean, you might fall on your ass. He goes, I'm putting money on it again.
You have a serious gambling problem, Walton.
It's not gambling if I always win.
Do you?
Yep. You're not sure if he's right or not on that one.
He's telling me yes. Okay.
he goes, don't die when you're gone.
I will sure try not to.
It'd be such a shame.
It would be, wouldn't it?
He goes, who else is going to write about the stone statue outside?
Perhaps Carmine will, Welton. Perhaps you will, Welton.
Oh, no, that is below what I do. I write more important things. Such as our economy. About your daddy and mommy.
Okay, Welton. Alright. I'm going to go collect my things and be ready to go by sundown. You have a pleasant afternoon, you.
And he goes, and all his feathers kind of like poof, and some fall off. And he goes,
it's like, oh, Welton, I think you dropped something. And I go pick up one of his feathers, and
he goes, and he storms off into his office. Do you travel back to your apartment?
I grab my staff and I have my book strapped to my hip and I start making my way out of the building. I mount it and I ride it toward my apartment.
Yeah, you get to your apartment.
It's a good hour. It's like hour walk.
Yeah, it's a little while. It's not too bad. But Snug is there. He's not working today. Snug, as you know, is a little goblin guy that has, oddly enough, like red-tipped ears. He's a bit odd from that, but for the most part, he's pretty normal. But you enter and he goes, he's shirtless, and he goes, I thought you were working.
I was, Snug. Please put on a shirt.
Right, yeah. And he grabs his shirt and he goes, I'm sorry. And he goes, I thought...
It's quite alright.
And he goes, yeah, I saw the mail. Well, clearly I saw the mail. I deliver the mail. I saw the mail.
Yeah?
I sold out.
Oh.
People really, really like what you're doing. That's awesome.
Thank you, Snug. I've been reading the numbers on it and I'm quite proud of this one. I'm running around the apartment, gathering different books and and
he's
rations.
He's watching you kind of move around. And he goes, "Why are you home? What's going on?"
Oh, I'm deciding to take initiative for once, Snug, and I'm going on a lead, and I'm going out there. I found it, and I pull from my pocket just this paper, and I hand it to him. It's there. That's what I'm going after.
He grabs it, he looks at it, and he goes, you've done studies on gnolls. Wait, I don't think you have you?
I haven't.
Well, I think gnolls are that bad.
They are. I've heard stories that they're not awfully terrible to deal with. Besides, someone else is going to be going along. I don't know who, but someone else is going, and I think I'll be just fine. I'm mostly there for research, and thank you, Snug. I'm mostly there for research, documentation, and just being out. I need a walk. I need to experience.
So you're going to use your magic that you graduated with, other than using it to animate the broom that's been sweeping for the last 3 weeks. The same spot.
It
is still sweeping. And it has sweeped so much that the broom bristles have completely gone. And it's still just.
And I grab it and I shake it a little bit and it deanimates and I go,
It's okay. There's a market down in the square. I can just get a new broom.
Thank you, sir. And
apparently they have a new broom called a Swiffer. I don't know what that means. I'm excited though.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. And I'm gonna remove 5 gold pieces from my inventory. Hand it to
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hand it to him. Here. This will be my chip in for it.
He goes, Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Okay. If the Swiffer's good, I'll get it.
Yes, if one's available, of course.
Yeah.
I want to try it too.
Yeah. He puts it in his little pouch and he goes, "Yeah, when you're gone, maybe you'll come back and then we'll have a Swiffer, whatever that is." You continue to get ready. We pan out and we go back to Bean, who has just finished the meal. You're cleaning up now. Jerry and Rex are totally chill now. They're just kind of vibing there. But before we get specifically to you, outside, from your point of view, through the windows you hear a squeaking. You hear a little bit of a squeak. It sounds like a mouse.
I'm gonna go over and look out the window and see if I can see where the squeaking's coming from.
You look out your window, and on the ground, there's a mouse. And the mouse is looking at you. Not like it's coincidentally looking at you. It's looking directly at you. And in its mouth is a piece of paper. And this is a normal-sized piece of paper. So this thing has been lugging it around.
I'm gonna go outside and go to the mouse.
You climb outside, and it's still sitting there, it didn't run away, but it's looking at you, and it has this scroll bound up and sealed.
Hi, little guy. What do you need?
It squeaks and then offers the scroll.
Take the scroll from him.
You see him sit down and wait. As you pick up the scroll, you see a red seal that's made of wax, and on it is a paw print. It doesn't have your standard symbol, which you're familiar with, but this is a normal thing to see from your contractor.
Oh Oh, the penguin is here. Okay, alright.
The mouse goes,
And I take a tiny piece of strawberry from my pocket and hand it to him.
he puts it in his mouth and he scampers away. And as he gets to like where like the main roadway is, and suddenly a hawk picks him up and flies away. He doesn't get hurt or anything. He looks like he intentionally went to get picked up. And he goes away.
I look up to see if he's alright.
He's fine. Do you break the seal?
I do.
You break it. It's in code, but it's a familiar code.
Ah, it's a raccoon.
It's a familiar code. You read this, and as you read this, your two Jerry and Rex kind of climb on your shoulders and read it with you. And it goes something along the lines of, there's an issue. You probably have noticed that there is a handful of animals missing from the city. As you know, that's our job, essentially. The issue that we're having, though, is I have not designated this job to anyone. The reports have been... I have been watching this take place, and the animals are inconsistent. One time it's a pig, another time it's a sheep. Something is taking the animals, and it's not our organization. I'm putting things on hold, so that we don't get someone suspicious of us. I need you to go figure out what this is, and what is happening. It comes at nightfall, it's large, and it will take only one animal every 3 days. And tonight is one of those nights. Rumor has it, someone has already planned to go to intercept this creature in the Canis forest. Stalk it to there. I need you to go and take care of the problem before we are in a problem. Signed, Penguin.
Alright, well, I guess it's time for an adventure, my boys.
Rex and Jerry just go, yeah! Basically, they're screaming, yeah, let's go! Adventure! Yeah, adventure! Oh! They go into the house, like, grabbing your crap to get everything ready for you. Like, they're bringing it to you, dropping it on the floor, and just excited to go with you. Is there anything else you want to do here in your house? Anything else that's super important for you that you need to take care of before nightfall?
am gonna...
You could visit Rogi.
Probably gonna do that.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm going to... So, on my backpack, I have 2 side pockets.
Yeah.
Like, you know how when you carry a baby and you put them in the front, their little legs stick out?
Yeah.
I have that on the side of my backpack for Rex and Jerry. So
Phenomenal.
I strap them into their little spots, and I put my backpack on, and I got salad in my front pocket, and we're gonna turn off all the lights, lock door, and go on down to Rogi's.
Sounds good. You walk a little bit, and you head into Rogi's. And I can't play Rogi, because Rogi is one of your old characters. So you're going to play your character a little bit for me, but what is Rogi doing right now as you enter probably around 3 or 4-ish in the evening?
Rogi is currently trying to beat off a drunkard with a broom to get him to leave.
He is absolutely upset by this.
She grabs him by the collar when I walk in. She's like, okay, alright, I've been very kind and very nice to you, sir, but if you don't...
I just wanted Rogi.
You've eaten 17 in the last hour.
You couldn't count.
Sir, you have one more chance before I have to call in the big guns.
God.
I'm going to point to a picture on the wall of Aurora, the one who owns the gun, alright?
He looks at it and goes, huh.
It's your choice.
He suddenly falls asleep.
Alright, that's fine. We're just gonna... Oh no, we're gonna drag him to the closet and just lock him in there.
What? Oh no!
We don't have good business practice here.
Yeah, sure.
There's gotta be a state code violation or something.
There's other guys in there. Yeah, Rogi does this, and sure enough, her niece walks in. Now, this is the weird part where you have to kind of play both of them.
Play both people. This is
Now,
weird.
you can do that. Again, I can also trade out for the captain if you'd like.
It's fine. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Rogi has a very high-pitched voice.
Yep.
Nakora, hi! Hi, you're here. You don't work today. Yeah, Rogi, I know. I don't work today. I'm going on an adventure. Oh. Well, you don't have a robot. Yes, Uncle Cobbs is not coming with. However, I do have Rex and Jerry. And Salad. And me.
Hey, coming down the stairs, you hear, and he goes, I heard someone's going on an adventure.
Yes.
Are you sailing?
No.
Damn it!
Not
And he goes, oh!
I'll call you if I need a ship, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna go clean the grease pans.
Is he okay, Rogi? Yes, fine. He's been like that ever since, we opened the restaurant.
I wish my ship would still fly. It can fly, by the way.
It can fly. He is right. However, we're running a business because you can't survive off of robbing people.
Fair. Plus, pierogies are good, and it's a good thing to sell.
At least he's not an alcoholic. That's all that matters.
An indirect burn.
3 months sober.
Yeah, Rogi. Just remember, Nakora, if you meet a man and he smells like ale, he's not your man. He's not a good man. He's not a man you want to be with.
Another burn.
All right.
You'll have plenty of time to wash yourself. I hope.
Yeah.
Go dump yourself in the river.
He doesn't own a house.
Go dump yourself in the river. The mer people look at you funny like if you do that. Relax.
Completely nude.
My children. This conversation's still going between you and Rogi. She cut it off right there.
Yes. Can I have some rations for my adventure? My cabinets are empty because I have crackheads living with me. Yeah. Well, let's go on to the kitchen. We'll load you up with all the good stuff like pierogies and pierogies. Oh, and what if you make... I'll give you extra pierogies in case you make some friends. You really should try and make some friends. They make things so much more different and happy and fun. Well, yes, Rogi, I know. I have Rex and Jerry and Salad. They're my friends. You know people don't like me. They think I'm weird. And she's like, well, yeah. Yeah, you do have raccoons are friends and 7 moms and 1 dad that you never see. Thank you. Let's go to the kitchen now. I think we should go to the kitchen now. I think we'll unpack the trauma later.
She goes to the kitchen with you, and she cooks up some nice pierogies for you. She puts them in little tinfoil tins for you so they stay warm. And she gives them to you. And is there anything else you want to talk to her about?
No.
So I'm going to kind of grab all of you now. I assume everyone's okay with skipping time to nightfall.
Yep, I'm good. I didn't have anything I want to do.
Phenomenal. As I mentioned, it is reported that it's in the front of the city where the main entrance is. Something is getting in and leaving freely. Now, the front entrance is guarded, but it's sealed too at night. So something clearly is getting through. Not only getting through, but getting through with an animal as well. Where is everyone located? There's It is mainly farms, with buildings that's associated to the farms, of course. But it's mainly farms that are near the front entrance of the city. You can't be in the city part where the markets are. There's nothing there. They don't go that deep. So where can I find all of you?
You would probably find me just trying to conceal myself as best as I can, as close as I can to the front gate without being spotted by any guards or...
You're like right next to the front gate?
I'm trying to be as close as I can.
Sure.
With trying to conceal myself.
Sure, stealth?
Well, the guards let me through to the outside.
There's one guard on duty. He's
Okay.
asleep.
Okay.
So I can just go outside?
Yeah, you can. It's sealed, but you can probably...
Yeah, okay, I'll just walk outside and just lay in a patch of grass. Just stomach up to the
You're
scars.
literally just laying
Yeah.
there in the grass. Sure,
Just
I want
right off the
also
side
a
of the room.
stealth from you, but at disadvantage.
It already was, so...
Phenomenal.
I'm going to try and walk.
That's
I'm
a
gonna.
6.
I got a 19 on my stealth.
Phenomenal.
Woo!
I'm
I am
going
hidden
to
under the shadows.
try and hide somewhere high up, so I can see if anything's coming.
Do you want to hide on the building?
Yes.
Sure, yeah. Stealth, I'm going to say at advantage, because you've done this type of stuff before.
21 good.
Cool. What was yours?
6.
Phenomenal.
To be fair, I wasn't really trying to hide.
You're laying there.
Yes.
Starfish. And as you're laying there, you're like laying there and you hear it and you kind of like look to see what it is. You see something tall. You can't really identify what it is, but you see something tall and its head looks at you.
Hello, traveler.
It's wait, you say something to
Yeah.
it? Oh my gosh. You immediately say something to it and it just goes and it starts slowly walking to the front entrance as if it's trying to pretend you're not there.
Okay. I'll just watch it go in.
It's still watching you though. It's
Okay.
like
I'll lock eyes with it as it goes in.
it's a giant like door. Still eye contact. And he goes in the door and he closes it.
The
And
moment it closes, I'm gonna jump up.
you start running
Yeah.
towards the door.
Oh, jeez.
Right when you get to the door, here.
Oh.
You are locked outside right now.
Okay, so would either of us notice at this point?
You rolled A.
19.
You rolled A.
21.
Okay. So it doesn't notice either of you. You're like right there. It like walks in, you hear it lock, and then you hear "Foo" on the other side of the door.
Someone says, oh.
And it goes. This thing is tall. We're talking like 8 feet.
Okay.
It looks generally in your area, doesn't notice you.
Okay.
And it turns around and starts walking towards, and you can see where it's walking better. It goes behind some buildings, so you're kind of like trying to see where it went. It goes towards a pig pen,
Okay.
just below you, like you're sitting on the thing. It walks up and it walks over like the fence, and the pigs don't seem to be too bothered by it. But they wake up and it looks at one and it picks it up, and it doesn't squeal, weirdly enough, but it picks it up and it puts its hand over its mouth. So if it does make a noise, it's quiet. And it looks around, it comes back over the fence, goes up to the door. Where are you sitting on the other side of the door?
Yeah, I just went right back to the same
You
spot.
like-
I just went and laid down. I'm like, he'll come back.
I also have another question.
Fire, yeah.
There has to be guards at this entrance, right?
There's one
What? Like, what's that guard doing?
asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Hmm?
Okay. Never mind.
It continues walking and he gets up to the door and he goes, it stops for a second
Oh, no.
and it goes and it opens the door
Like, I was holding,
And-
like, my character was holding his breath, like, the whole time, like,
and he like looks through and sees you laying on the ground and he gets through the door, closes the door really quickly and he comes out and he looks at you holding a pig and the pig looks at you too and he goes,
I'll raise an empty glass to him that I have. Just,
"You said an empty
yeah, like an empty pipe that you
It
carry
goes-
with you at all
it-
times.
It just looks at you. Are you two moving to the front entrance right now?
I would be, yes.
Okay. You get to the front entrance.
Mm-hmm.
You see him. You don't see her.
Okay.
Do you do anything about this, or are you just going to kind of be like, okay, there's another person here? How do you
Like, you might...
Going to as my character, I'm gonna jump down quietly behind him and be like, "Hi, friend."
And as my character, I would be scared shitless.
He pissed himself.
Wait. What do I have to roll to not piss myself?
You don't got to roll to not piss yourself.
But I do get another question. How solid is this wall? Like, if
Wall is
something
made of stone?
what would happen if I were to like scream a little? Would it alert the outside?
Probably not so much, because the wall's really tall. But it would alert the people that are living nearby,
And probably the guard.
and the animals, and the guard.
Is there something I can roll to not scream in character, or can I just?
I'm just going to assume you didn't scream.
Okay. I mean, I'll maybe
Be
jump a
careful.
little.
Be careful. Don't tell me not to. Don't tell me things you don't want to have happen.
Okay,
Because
I'll
I'm
probably
making
jump a
do.
little and go. Excuse me. Are you that other person from? And I pull out the It's pretty dark out by now.
Yeah.
But I hold it real close to my face. So
You can see it perfectly fine. Like he's trying to see.
So I'm a
it.
human.
You're 100% able to see it.
But I'm like,
Right when
are you
pull it
the
out.
You're the other person? You're looking for.
I am another person. I don't think I'm the other person, though. I am looking for the same thing you're looking for. You're looking for the tall guy with a pig, right?
You hear right when she says that. You hear right from behind her go. Rex is saying hi.
Rex being sweet. He's saying hi.
Rex? No, it's alright. I can't really see much, so you're saying like
You
Rex.
are like, what? You see a shape.
Yeah.
You barely can see that she
Do I
is a
have
woman. Like,
He's like,
womanish, yeah.
yeah, but you see that she's holding a backpack,
Yeah.
and it's kind of big on her.
Okay.
You're not sure what it is really.
Yeah.
But there is something there. But you heard it come from the back of her. But then when she says, "Shh, we're being quiet," you hear it go, which just means stealthy.
Let's go. Are we being followed?
No, those are my friends, Rex and Jerry. They're on my backpack.
In your things living in your.
They don't live in my backpack. They stay on the sides like little babies. I have a baby in my pocket. You want to see?
Oh, what? You pull out.
You can't really tell what it is at first, but as she gets closer, it's a raccoon.
Oh, what's a?
It's sleeping.
His name is Salad. He's a baby. Oh, kind of.
Ah,
My pocket of raccoon.
It's a pocket
raccoon.
But at this point, I was like, well, if we're both going after the same thing, I don't think it quite left the front of the door. I think something was on the other side, right as it came in. I heard.
Alright,
I heard.
alright. I have an idea.
When this conversation's happening, something else is happening over with you in this thing. That when it comes back out, it looks at you, and it starts booking it.
I start right after it.
Okay, as soon as you open this door, you see a big shape running, and right behind him, comes right in front of the door, essentially, is a smaller thing. Which is human in shape, and starts booking it after him.
I think that's our other guy. Stealthy.
You book it. I was like, okay. And
He's gonna grab his arm and.
it was like I'm dragging my staff behind me. I was like, I actually have a solution. Maybe since it's outside, please stop. Like, do we have to roll stuff?
He's too busy worried about making sure he's running straight that he is, really listening for you two.
Okay.
This thing absolutely can outrun you.
Problem.
How far
But
away?
you try to keep up with it. It runs pretty freaking far.
So it's over 120 feet.
Yes.
Dang.
It's keeping that distance because it's just big. It's just a big thing. As it keeps running, you get to Canis Horse. Now, of course, it's not going to be running for the next hour. That's impossible. But it kind of sneaks around. You sneak around. You try to keep away from it. I'm just going to assume that's what you guys do. I'm not going to make you roll.
Mhm.
But for about an hour and a half, you finally get to Canis Forest. And
Am I still being dragged by you, by the way?
Yes.
We have the same movement speed, do we? I hope. What's
yes,
your
you do.
movement
You
speed?
do.
We
You
all
both
have
do.
30?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, good. So I'm not being...
You're blind as fuck, and you're blind as fuck. You're just following a black shape.
Yeah.
You can see it clear as day. Roll a
Perception.
nature. Oh yeah, perception or nature. It doesn't matter.
11.
It is a goblin of sorts.
Tall goblin?
It's a tall goblin. It's hairy.
Real
as
tall
fuck.
goblin.
It's super hairy. You know, that thing called Bigfoot? Something like that. You
Would
don't quite know what it is.
Would you describe this? Like, would you say that out loud or just like take a mental note of
I
it?
wish they. That's it.
I was like immediately like Kaiser was like, a tall goblin. How tall? Tell me.
8 feet, probably, roughly.
You said
He's
hairy?
hairy too.
It was like,
Hairy, tall goblin.
and like we're still sprinting, so it's like I have to shout or like be a little bit louder. It's like, tall, hairy goblin, please slow down.
He is not meant.
I am not.
You're starting to get a vibe that he is not meant.
Speed.
You fall into Canis Forest and goes through some trees. You stop. Comes to a clearing. There's a small little like stream and what looks to be a cave system on the right. He goes into the cave system. You stop at the edge of the forest and watch. You two see him stop. Do you sneak past him or anything, or are you just gonna go right up to him like you did with?
Wait.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna be like,
It's like,
hi, friend.
oh Jesus! Don't mind her. She's scary, to say the least. Oh, that
Hi.
thing.
Hi.
Rex says hi.
Hello, Rex.
You're blind. You don't know what she's talking
I know.
about. Okay.
You'll meet him, guys. Don't worry.
Are you both blind?
No, I mean, okay. I had a plan.
Well, I assume the moon will be a
Oh, yeah,
little
how-
bit of light.
Yeah, that's why you
Until
can
we
make out
get in
that
the
she's a
cave,
woman in it,
yeah.
but it's like you can't really.
I asked her, it's like, did you see where it went? Or like, I asked both of them, did you see where it went? Either of you.
That direction. I point, just not really helpful at all.
I think it went in.
In where? It's like, oh, right, of course. This is when I was studying those satyrs. Okay. And then,
Well,
I am going to expend a second level spell slot, and I pull from my pouch a slice of dried carrot. I rub it at the top of my staff, and I touch my forehead with it, and I cast Dark Vision on myself.
Sure, you see as clear as day as she can.
Mhm.
You see the raccoons on her back.
It's like, oh, the raccoons.
yeah, Rex and Jerry.
Oh,
There's
I
two?
thought you're so blind. It's like,
You also see him. He's a little tattered up.
it's like, Sarah, you all right?
Of course, never been better.
Maybe he's homeless. Are you homeless?
No, I have a home. Bigger than yours?
Insight check.
Insight check, absolutely.
Hold up, what is my
versus
insight?
your deception.
I'm not even
my
going to.
insight. Hold up.
Oh, you're not?
I'll just
It's
fail
a-
it.
You wanna
It's a-
fail it?
Yeah, I'll just fail it.
He fails it. You don't even have to roll.
Yeah.
You absolutely know somehow that he doesn't really have a home.
It's like, I brush past. It's like, all right. Well, there's 3 of us.
Counting the raccoons?
No, 3 humans.
I'm not human. I'm a half elf.
She looks
Two-
mostly human, though.
2 humans and a half elf.
I got pointy
This,
ears.
we have to be the group, right? But this, we have to go in there and see what this thing is and what it's doing, and we need to report back.
He went into a cave.
You went into a cave?
Yes.
Yes.
You can
Oh.
see it dated, like, easily. It's clearly a cave we went
We're
into.
going in the cave then.
But
Are you
that-
dragging us
not
both?
wasted.
Yeah.
Dragging.
I grab both wrists and we go into the cave.
It's like, oh, all right.
I'll stumble with, why not?
As you get closer, there's light in the cave.
Oh, come on.
For you.
Oh man,
Probably fine,
I
fine.
used the second level spell slots.
Yes, you did.
Oh man.
Yes, you did.
Oh man.
You enter the cave,
Uh-oh.
and there is a light source. It's a torch. It's glowing enough that you can start seeing stuff. You finally can see her and the raccoons and him.
There's 2 raccoons.
There's a third one. You want to
I
meet
don't
him?
see it. Oh,
That's
not real. That's not real.
You say that again.
I just
That's not
imagine he's
real.
like, I've seen some pretty messed up shit in my dreams. That ain't.
That's not real.
Yeah, he is.
That is way too small.
I'm gonna tap him.
It goes. It goes back to sleep.
His name is Salad.
Touch it on the head to make sure it's not like an illusion.
You poke it.
He's a raccoon.
Ugh.
Drop it back in my pocket.
Hello everyone, your DM, Tristan here. I'm interrupting to give a little bit more context about the map that my players are about to just partake in, where we'll go into initiative and fight some baddies. But this is a podcast, so you don't get to see the map. So I'm going to take the moment here now to explain where they're at and what we're looking at. So the map is rectangular in shape. In the bottom right-hand corner is where our players emerge. They come out of the bushes, and they are immediately met by a small stream of water that is coming about the middle bottom part of the map, and it trails off to the right middle side of the map. So it's basically starting from the south, move southeast a little bit, and that's where the stream starts to go. My players will see that, and if they are to look directly north, they will see the main entrance to the cave system. If they look west, they will see more clumps of trees, but an opening in which there is a tent. The tent will be mentioned in the game, so at that, it's just a tent for now, and behind that tent is just more trees. If my players look north, as I previously have mentioned, there's the main entrance to the cave. They can enter that cave, and in the first room, it's a circular room, and directly off to the left of that room is a wooden door. The room contains absolutely nothing. It's just an empty room, probably with like a torch or two to keep it a little lit. If my players go to the left and go through the wooden door, they are met by a situation where they can go kind of off to the left or relatively straight to the left is kind of the best way I can describe it, like a Y intersection. And to the right is another room, and in that room it's going to be lit up, and it's going to contain some tables, some supplies like pliers and saws, and unfortunately animal intestines will also be located in there. If the players are off to wanting to go to the left slightly, they can follow this long hall, and they'll be met by another intersection where if they go straight, it's another wooden door, and if they go right, it's a steel door. My players do encounter both doors in this. You get to see what those are, as I will give context in the game what door they're entering. If you go into the wooden door, it is a small room, and then right next to that one, to the right of that one, is another small room that's attached to it. This is also referred to in the game, so I'm not going to give too much context, but I just want to give you the map layout so you know what's happening and where we're at when we mention certain doors, and what rooms, and when it's dark and when it's not dark. That's about it for the map, so I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the podcast.
However, the one other thing that is noticed, there is a tent. The tent is smashed in. You're welcome to go look at it if you want. I'm just letting you know there is a tent there. It's been smashed in. It looks like someone hasn't been there for quite some time. Do you still want to go towards the entrance, or do you want to go back to...
I'm going to look at the tent.
I would want to go look at the tent. Maybe there's a survivor.
Sure.
Maybe there's coin.
You are a greedy person.
I
But I also pay rent, so I completely agree with you.
I
I
will
pay
just sit at the
rent too.
entrance.
You're gonna wait at the
Stand there?
entrance?
I'll just slump against the wall.
So it's
Sure,
about
yeah.
here, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. So
You two come upon this tent. It is definitely hit in. Like, the beam that would normally hold it in the top, then basically smacked down into it. There's leaves and stuff on it as if it's been there for a little bit, not for very long. The fire that was there is clearly out. It doesn't look like it's steaming anymore. Or smoking.
okay.
So it's been out.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'd just like to investigate the inside of the tent. I got a 17.
I got a nat 20.
First nat 20 of the session.
With your investigation,
Ow!
you see that it definitely was something bigger. You can hypothesize from this that it was definitely that creature that came after this tent. You lift like the tent up and look inside. It looks like there's something left. There's something in there. Not like someone's bag, not like someone's corpse, not someone's sleeping bag. It looks like it was cleaned up before it was smashed. So they left before this took place. The fire, not even hot. You could stick your hand in it and it wouldn't burn you. So it's been out for maybe a day or more. So someone has been here for quite some time. But there's no real evidence on where they could have gone.
I got eaten.
See, this is going to also apply to you. The only thing is, you can't really figure out for sure, like, the exact details of, like, you kind of still think someone was here and they were kind of murdered here. Even though she figured out they're not, you're kind of like, oh my god, they were killed. They're dead here.
obviously made a run for it.
Did you see anything inside the tent? I didn't see anything.
No, everything was cleaned up, so I'm gonna assume that they probably cleaned up and skipped town before it was smashed in.
I hope they're alright. I'm gonna go meet up with that homeless drunkard at the entrance.
Yes.
Alright. We make our way because we both have dark vision and he's just sitting there in the dark.
While they were
Lying in the ground.
While they were looking around, you actually heard a steel door close within inside the caves.
Like, deep within? Or just, like...
Faint in the distance.
Okay.
And it's steel as you hear it squeaking close. Byron, you're first.
I'm going to cautiously start making my way and wait right next to the light.
Sure, are you doing this stealthily or are you just being...
Oh, absolutely stealthily,
No.
yes. I need to re-roll stealth for that. Please, I've been rolling so well. Now would be an awful time. Oh, great. That's a 6. Oh.
Cool. Fine by me. Yeah, you get in there. It is just an empty room. It's just an empty cave room. And there's a wooden door in front of you and a light. That light is not magical, it's just a torch.
Okay. Does it look like it was lit recently? Or
Yes.
put there recently?
Maybe lit recently,
Okay.
but not put there recently.
Okay.
It's like foundationally on the
Is it possible I could just roll a perception to see if I'm missing anything in particular? Like if I catch a glint or something?
Sure, go for it.
I got a 15. Anything?
Nothing. There's nothing
Okay.
special.
Alright, that ends my turn. I'm waiting by the light.
Alrighty. I'm going to make my way in there.
Cool. Are you doing it stealthily or anything? You just kind of walk in.
Stealth.
Go ahead.
13.
So it just looks like a wooden door?
It is just a wooden door.
Oh,
Just a wooden door?
Oh no.
It is foundationally in it. It's like it's like the cave is bled into. Someone took the cave, knocked out a hole, and then put a frame in.
Okay. I will... Pulling the sword from my side, not actually out of the sheath, still in the sheath, I'm just gonna knock on the door.
So you looked at the whole scene.
Yeah.
You knock on the door. You hear it echo on the other side a little bit, but nothing.
Oh, no one's home.
Turns around. Yeah, nothing.
Alright.
Nothing responds.
Okay, I guess it is my turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to use this opportunity to go to the door and check to see if it's locked.
It is not.
It is not
I
locked.
can open
Okay.
it.
So I'm going to go ahead and open that door.
Sure.
Or try to open it.
Sure.
Does it open freely?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm just going to use... Oh boy. I don't
Before you move,
Oh no.
there is exactly what you see in that image. There seems to be a little thing of fire, a bench of, I'm going to say, tools, and some rotting meat
Right, okay.
on the ground.
So I used 15 feet of movement just for that. I'm going to just move another 15 feet into the room, and
It smells absolutely horrible.
Oh, that's great. I'm like, oh god. You said there was like a bench, like a tool bench.
It's not a
Or
tool
like a
bench,
work-
it's like a table. It's like a table.
So it's,
It has a bunch of tools on it, as if it was just kind of thrown.
All right. Can I just like see what's on, like anything in particular that's on the table that might be of some value?
Of value?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's another perception.
Yeah.
Perception, baby. I'm good at
perception. I don't know.
investigation. Perception.
Let's do perception.
Okay, perception. It
Because
is.
then you can tell what's on it, and then from there we can determine.
Yeah, I got a 16.
The 16. It is. It's like this stereotypical horror film type thing where there's like saws and pliers and.
Do any of them have like any kind of dried fluid on them? Anything that's discernible, like blood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
all
there's
right.
blood.
Like, I'm going to look.
The
back.
rotting pile right next to it is probably intestines.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You
That's
are
exactly-
absolutely appalled.
I'm like, I can't be in bed right now. I'm going to like peer into the door. It's like,
What a great team.
prepare yourself. There's some disturbing things in the corner of the room. Now it will be my turn.
You hear
Oh, no.
Your words echo through the cave. It echoes down that hallway that you haven't gone down yet.
Oh, God.
And you hear,
Oh, God. Oh, no.
and you hear thud, thud, thud. Boom! And a door closes. A metal door closes. And then you hear boom, boom, boom. And then a wooden door closes. And you hear a clunk
Uh-oh.
of a lock.
Uh-oh. Here, do I see, because I still have dark, is this hallway lit up? I would be able to see through that hallway.
You're gonna hit it about here.
Yeah, I would.
You hit right about here, and then it gets dark.
Okay.
Like it's too dark.
What do I see at the end of that? Did I see
Nothing.
any movement?
Nope.
Anything?
Nope.
Okay. I was like, and then I also very much more quietly. And
You guys also hear all that happen.
And I go.
After he yelled.
And I go. My mistake. Big thing coming soon.
I'm gonna take my backpack off and put it on the ground and take Rex and Jerry out and hand them salad, and I'm gonna say, alright guys, this one's gonna be a little dangerous, so I'm gonna have you go hide in the bushes outside, okay?
Rex grabs Salad and bites the scruff, or you can hold him. Salad is still dead asleep. And starts walking off, and Jerry looks at you and goes, he rubs his hands together for like as payment. He wants some sort of payment.
I'll give you extra eggs tomorrow.
It smiles, and it goes, salutes, and it scampers off the legs.
Alright.
They're at this
I'm
entrance.
gonna put my backpack on.
They're hiding in the trees right here at the entrance. They're safe.
And then I'm gonna walk on into the room with my backpack.
You walk into the room with your backpack, you see the fire and the table full of tools and blood and stuff.
Ooh, fancy. Am I allowed to look at the meat to see if I can tell what kind of meat
Oh,
it is?
jeez.
Like if it's
I'd be like-
animal or human?
Investigation.
If you put your hand anywhere close to that, I'll be...
Investigation or animal handling. I'm okay with animal handling in this case too.
Got a 15. Either way. It's both +2.
15. It's animals. Not humanoid animals.
That makes me a little more angry than if it was human.
Yes.
Okay. I'd be like, so you're right next to that pile of... I asked not to. You're right next to the pile of meat, and and I go, do you see anything? And I'm like visibly disgusted and holding back like vomit.
It's animal, so
Oh, thank the gods.
not too spooky. Is there anything else in this room that I could use to like maybe cover it up to make it smell less? No, not really.
No.
Got anything I say?
The heat of the fire isn't helping. It's
Oh.
like making it hot.
Ooh, hot rotting meat.
My favorite. You
Okay.
ever had a hot rotting meat before? It's called a hot dog.
Yeah.
Pass on to you.
All right.
Oh, he's going in blind.
I'm just gonna hold my sword out still sheathed and just hold it against the wall.
Blind spot. Just going in.
That's his cane.
Can you cast dark vision on other people, or is
No,
that
it's
Nope.
only
It's
self.
a
It's
person
only
spell.
self. I touch myself with my stick, and I can see good.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey, yo. Back to you, Byron.
All
Nothing
right.
happens for you. It's just, you walk past them.
I am going to once again cautiously move down the hallway. I'm going to go right in front of Graviel. I wouldn't know that
Yeah.
because I never
Yeah.
asked you your name,
Sure.
and I guess this would be a good opportunity. Is like I just turn around and say, "There's nothing down this side. I just wanted to get out of that meat room.
There was meat in there?
You didn't." Never mind. And then I was like, what? I never caught your name. I didn't get the small.
Graviel Lockhart.
It's like Lockhart. Interesting name. I'm Byron Glenn. Nice to meet you. And I like go to shake your hand, but you can't quite see it.
I don't even know this.
I don't even. I was like, and I go on second thought. I'm just going to.
You're the worst character right now. He goes up to the guy, like the fight, and he's like, oh, that's him.
He like touches back. He's like, Oh.
Looking strong, buddy.
You're just like,
How many hours you working at
you're
these?
just like, Nakora, I didn't know you were ripped. That's
Or
not me.
tall.
Sure, yeah, you get there. You can see further down that opening in the middle there where there is blood. That is sealed. There's nothing actually there for you.
Okay.
You can see that there's a bit of an off camber to the right, but you can't see into that.
Okay. Is there anything?
Makes things easier.
Is there anything lining the hallway? Like
Rock.
any kind, mostly rock. No kind of like holes that may look like a booby trap. Or
Nope.
like,
But at the end of this, you can kind of see a dimness of a light torch.
I look back to Mr. Lockhart and I go, "Sir, can you see that light at the end of the hallway?"
Nope. Yep.
It's like,
Should I?
I don't know.
Am I supposed to? Kinda.
I would hope so, but
Well, blind isn't bad here.
oh, do you?
Kinda suck at his adventure.
It's like, are you? Never mind. I'm just going to wait here.
I think the large fellow is quite friendly. I don't think we're gonna have an issue here.
I forgot you had such a different experience than them.
All right, I'm gonna end my turn there.
I'm gonna walk down the hall.
So we're all like in a
You
line.
see what he saw, which is the lights and everything. So we
Okay.
can scoot back over to Devin.
Yeah.
Once again, touching the walls. We could also be like helping guide him with it.
I'm just holding it. If I
little-
kill someone, it's on
Literally tapping
accident.
against
A little
the wall.
forward,
yeah.
a little to the right, too much to the right. Sorry about that.
Are you speaking out loud?
No,
Are you sure?
no. It was a bit. It was a bit.
No, I will call out.
Oh jeez.
You're calling out?
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
call
What do you
no,
say?
no.
Hey, big man.
Big guy!
You in there?
No. Did you speak to this man?
I
attempted to.
Absolutely.
Okay, so they would know it's
Silence.
Silence.
He's leaving me on red.
Hypothetically,
Ooh, actually? Yes, silence, sorry.
Okay.
when the DM says, "Oh, actually,"
Actually.
never a good thing.
And I go back to Byron.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep moving on.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you can see around that corner. That's the metal door. The
Okay.
other one's made of wood.
Okay. It's like- And I see all this, and this time in a more hushed tone. They could all still hear me down this hallway.
Yeah.
Okay, just a regular talking.
Are you just gonna move up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have her move up.
Okay.
You guys. So
So
move her up.
1, 2.
The reason why I'm saying this is because then you don't have to yell it down the hall or anything. You're
Yeah.
just kind of all in the same spot.
Yeah. I'll be like,
You see this stuff as well now. He still has no idea.
I turn back to the general, to his general direction, and I go, Mr. Lockwood?
He's over there.
Lockhart?
Like, he's over
Yes.
there like.
He's like,
It's still stone.
you just need to move a little bit more forward, I swear, and then
I
you'll
got
see
it, don't
light.
worry about it. I know
we're
what I'm
coming-
doing.
Just give this some thought. We're going to come into 2 doors.
Uh-huh.
There's a metal door.
So we go to that one.
Wait. There is another wooden door.
Sounds less important.
I suppose. But I do think that both are worth investigating. I do believe maybe a wooden door would be easier to open.
I'll tell you, I'll go to the metal door, and you go to the wooden door.
Fine, but I'm taking the small girl with me.
Go for
No,
it.
I'm going for the middle door.
Oh, dear. all right, fine. We're all going for the middle door. Metal door.
Who's gonna cover the wooden door?
Not me.
I'm not doing this.
I am not built for solo adventure. I need.
We'll do both doors, guys. It's fine. We just have to enter into this room, look at it, see if there's any gold, and then
Is your character like always looking for money?
no.
I was just like,
My
Just
character's
like-
mostly looking for food.
Fair.
we're all gonna move towards the metal door. Is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just, I can't see
Okay,
my.
fine.
I'm
The
gonna-
metal
Okay,
door.
fine. We're going to
Can
the
I-
metal door.
Can I see if it's locked?
Are we going to touch it? I like quickly. Before she gets a chance, I like grab her and it's like. Now wait. We heard those very aggressive
How
grunts. And
tall are both of you?
I'm like 5'8".
Uh-huh.
But
Okay, so I'm 5'11". I'm gonna, over the top of your head, just knock on the door again.
I'm like, okay, so we heard that very aggressive. Oh, gods damn it.
Nothing.
Man, he really doesn't like me.
I think
I thought we shared a moment.
him specifically.
So we shared a moment.
It's still technically your. I guess we're all together now.
Yeah.
We're not
We're
really
just
using
kinda
initiative. You approached the door
grouping.
first. I stopped. You knocked. What's next?
I-
I do not want to open that door. I'm
Neither.
actually going to move behind Mr. Lockhart, and
He never responded whether it was locked or not.
I didn't get the chance.
I'm going.
He knocks, nothing happens, you still go for the door.
Yeah.
Yep.
It can open.
Oh
I'm
dear.
gonna give it I'm gonna open it and then peek in.
Oh no, it creaks. Oh no, it creaks.
Peek in. Perception.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
5. No. 6.
That's not great.
It's a long room.
So it's like
Since
pretty
it
much
looked like
like
a
the
fire
size if
closet.
I added
You see,
this.
it's lit pretty well.
It's lit in here.
It's
Then
that's about it.
It's litty titty, that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, let's go in.
It is, however, odd that there's a metal door. That
It's
you
like-
can kind of say.
It's like, so none of you are going to question that we came across metal torches, metal door, or wooden doors, wooden
There's
torches.
probably it's probably iron down
This
here.
doesn't seem normal.
Iron
This is not
door.
raising any alarms on you.
On you, of you. Scary.
This isn't normal. None of you are realizing that this
Doors
is
are pretty normal, I think.
You know
I
what
I love the fact that you're like this kind of like, this is stupid. Everyone's like, I fucking don't know.
Is there fire near me at all?
Oh no,
I mean, there's that torch.
back there.
I'm going to take the torch out of my backpack
Sure,
and I'm gonna light it and give it to him.
sure.
Oh my god.
You can see.
Okay.
But we're going into a well-lit room.
It'll last a while.
There goes my dark vision. There goes your torch. But alright, it's set. It's done.
It's
Let's
like a
go.
video game. You put it away, you take it back out.
Yeah,
back
is there
back
like
out,
a
it's fine.
now that I can see it, is there like a place to like put it into the wall for a moment?
More light.
No.
Great.
Not
So
right
now
there,
you're
no.
just holding it.
She just had a torch on her.
I hope you didn't select dual weapon fighting.
Well, I do have a shield. That's
Okay.
a little
Alright.
that.
Alright.
Did you tell them that there's light in the room?
There's light in the
I
room.
can see it right next to it.
Yeah.
So, by the way, we did open this now. So we
Open
can
the
see
door.
this.
You are opening it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perception only.
All? Okay, okay, finally.
I get to redeem myself.
Or should we do one letter? Oh shit, I got a 9. Gods, no.
Oh, what's my perception?
Not nat 20.
Dirty 20.
21.
You look into this room. It's very wide, very
I can
long.
see.
You cut this.
You now notice that this room is immaculate. It's a cave, but there's no like just bits of like, you know how those caves and there's like bits of rocks on the ground. No, there's no rocks on the ground. It's like someone came through and picked them up, put them away. The walls are clean, if you can make a cave wall clean, and the torches are kind of perfectly spaced out. You all notice, that, both of you notice that whole detail. It's kind of weird. You notice the cave with torches on the wall. At the very far end, you all see basically a statue of what could have been a goddess at one point, but is missing an arm, missing the head. Just broken off from age, and there looks to be just kind of growth growing on it. Nothing important about it. But directly in front of it is a shack. An old wooden just shack built and put there in front of it.
I will approach the shack.
I'm gonna stealthily approach the
I'm
shack.
gonna walk right up to it.
I know.
And I am going to be directly behind both of these. It's like, are you crazy? This is a temple. This is a sacred place, and we're just going up to a random wooden shack.
We're
Are you
gonna- we're
nuts? And like this whole time, I'm going to be behind them.
Are you leading?
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Is
Well,
there?
not the
You get up to this. What's the shack?
Knock on the door.
Oh,
Knock on the door.
Monkey man, are you in there?
What'd you say?
The
Monkey
windows on
man.
the shack?
No, it's like a little. There's like a little.
It's like a little outhouse kind of thing. Like
Yeah,
the shack
yeah, it's like an
outhouse, it's like
outhouse
that.
almost.
Where you go, somebody.
So
Yeah, that.
Ah, got it.
And you need references for these people.
somebody. So that An ogre comes down. Ogres are like that! You said you knock on it?
Yep.
Your hand sticks to it.
Oh no.
It's a mimic.
I want everyone to roll initiative one more time.